All right, it's great to get back on the winning track. What a game. That was a hard-fought game on both sides. They came to play. Both teams had 2 weeks off, and you could tell, a lot of fresh legs, a lot of different ideas on both sides. Both teams adjusted pretty well. Really proud of how we fought for 4 quarters and played a second half. And really played hard, played with emotion. And we talked about it after we lost to Connecticut. We came home for 2 weeks, and we really talked about not about X and O's, but about we got to play with enthusiasm and emotion. Somebody's got to step up, and obviously there has to be something to get excited about. We didn't have a lot to get excited about in a couple of games that we played, but we got better in this game in making plays. We got emotional. Guys were cheering for each other, and we got so many young guys trying to figure out what they're doing. Sometimes they forget about having a good time, and I think everybody had a good time tonight. Fortunately, we were able to win right there at the end. A lot of big plays. I thought a lot of very good performances. Defensively, take my hat off to all the defense because this is one of the better offenses that we've seen. They're very hard to defend. They do an excellent job of mixing up the run and pass. Quarterback bounced back from two concussions the last few weeks and really had a heck of a night and had a good plan. They were going to throw it very quick, get the ball off, and not let us get a pass rush on him, throwing short passes, and they did a good job moving the football. That being said, defensively, it basically came down to a 4th down and a yard, and we won the battle on the 4th down and got the ball back and ended up scoring, putting the game away. A lot of big efforts. A lot of guys beat up a little bit. We lost a few guys and had some backups had to come in and play the second half. Offensively, running the football was the key. It kept our defense off the field. We made a lot of big plays. Running the football, I thought both our running backs ran hard. Gunner ran it when he needed to. Offensive line did a good job. And then you go to the passing game. We know we can throw the football. We made some plays, made a lot of big plays. Khalil Lewis catching 11 balls. That's huge for a kid that we've been waiting for him to step up, and he stepped up tonight. Quarterback, I know everybody's going to say I told you so, and I'll take that, but I'm proud of Gunner. I'm proud of what he's done the last 2 weeks, not what he did tonight and what he did the first 6 weeks before this. Sitting on the bench, watching, cheering, and making it easier for the other 2 younger guys to play. When it was his time to compete in the open date, he did that. Zach Taylor gave him the opportunity. We sat down and talked about it, and we weren't going to give him the job just because he's a senior and just because he's Gunner Kiel. We gave it to him because he earned it in practice, and he played like he practiced today. Made a lot of good plays. He'd love to have a few balls back. We got lucky on the interception, but luckily they had pass interference. But he ran the offense, ran it well, gave us an opportunity to win the game, and threw some very clutch passes. And the one right there at the end looked like old Gunner of old, throwing the ball in the corner for a touchdown to basically put the ball game away. So that being said, it's been a hard few weeks, knowing that everybody's grumbling and complaining, and we're not a great football team. I'd like to say that we are. We're a very competitive football team. We're getting better. I'd like to see more people in the stands, especially the second half. We need that. This is a football team that everybody can be proud of. But when we're playing here at home, we need a home field advantage. We need it. And so that being said, this was a total school, homecoming, alumni, fans, football team, athletic program victory. It was very hard, and I'm very proud of the players for getting that victory today and getting that kind of the monkey off our back, so to speak. And now we can go back to the practice field tomorrow, tee it up again, and get ready for another conference game next week in Philadelphia. Questions?
Zay Jones, he's going to get his catches, 11 catches, only 69 yards. He had to be happy with the way you guys were able to.
He had how many in the game? 11?
11 for 69 yards.
He had 11 first half, didn't he?
Finished with 11.
Yeah. Well, and I looked at it and I thought it was 11 the first half, but he's a great player. He's a
10 maybe?
10, but we played much better the second half. Now they threw the ball to 81 the second half. We pressed 81, and we had a couple of had Alex Thomas fell down on the 1 4th down call, but we weren't going to give him a first down. It was either going to be a touchdown or we're going to get the ball back. And they're very good on 4th down conversions. He just kind of slipped. But they've got a good football team. They've got guys that, again, you can't rush them. You can't blitz them. All you can do is try to play zone defense and a little bit of man. And I thought their quarterback did an excellent job. And we'll see a couple more of those football teams down the way. But very proud of how our defense played tonight against a team that has moved it on everybody that they played.
Tommy, on TV they said that the seniors went to you and asked to play Gunner. Is that true? And if so, how much did that enter into the decision?
Well, there was a lot to that. And as I said, we have a senior meeting every Sunday after every game, win or lose. And we talked about this is their last year. This is their football team. And this was 2 weeks ago, the day after we played Connecticut. And I always get to take questions, and it was actually a defensive guy. I said, Coach, we want Gunner to play. I said, so do I. I'm not going to give anybody a starting spot. I said, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll make it very competitive, and we'll give them sometimes see when you play a starter, they get all the reps with the ones, and the ones makes you sometimes look a little bit better. And so we mixed it up, having the open date, and Gunner worked with the ones and with the twos, competed. We did not know until Thursday. I didn't tell the seniors. I said, we'll give them a chance to be the starter. And I didn't know till Thursday. I don't think Zach Taylor knew till Thursday, but Gunner took probably about 60% of the snaps with the ones the last 2 weeks. And he got better and better, made a lot of plays. And, again, you could tell he was a little bit nervous, had a couple of balls that kind of went haywire on him. But, that's just Gunner. He's done that since he's been here. And so proud of him. I'm proud of the seniors bringing it up and fighting for one of their fellow seniors. And I'm proud of how he competed. We had I asked Zach Taylor, I said, how was it telling Gunner? Says, easy telling Gunner. The other two guys are competitive. They want to be the starter too. So it's very good. But they've got a good room, meaning that when they meet in there as quarterbacks, they're all for each other. And they were all hugging Gunner tonight because, hey, he supported them while they were playing. And when you have success like that, nobody's going to hold their head down. It's a team victory. And, Gunner earned it. And I'm proud for how he played. I'd like for him to win the next 5. And so everybody can point at me and say, why didn't you play him the first 6 games? I'd love for that to happen. But we'll still have competition. Obviously, Gunner will be taking the snaps with the ones. But I want them all to understand, don't get lackadaisical. Let's try to get better every game, every snap. And competition will make all 3 of those guys better.
Who was the senior who brought that up to you?
Zach Edwards. And then, of course, some of the offensive guys, chirped down on it. But it was a senior moment, and it was good. It's good to have those guys stand up for their, that they've been with, and know that they're going to go out with at the same time. And so it was. I thought it was great. And Gunner was in the room. I mean, he was sitting there. He didn't say anything. He was just sitting there and being positive. He's always been. So he wasn't stepping up and saying anything. He appreciated. His fellow seniors stepping up and having his back.
Any other questions?
Running game, you said you were going to make some adjustments to it. Obviously, got to be pleased with the night that
we did some things. We worked the outside a little bit more, and we could spread them out a little bit, and then we worked the inside. They ran hard. We broke tackles, made second effort plays, and you're going to have to do that in this league. Both of them got a little bit nicked up. In the game, and they kept playing though, kept playing hard, and it was just fun to see the running game going. It makes it so much easier, to handle the pass rush. When you can get a little bit of a running game going, and 150 yards is our goal, and I think we got probably a little bit more than that, 165, something like that.
You've talked about Khalil being a guy that should be, a number 1 wide receiver. Was that? Khalil Lewis.
Yeah, we've been waiting for him. He's just immature, hadn't been a starter, had a few drops this year, but he competed, had a drop tonight. But, he's going to be a heck of a football player, and he's going to get better and better. To go along with Devin Gray on the other side, people are going to have to start paying attention to that. We got to do a better job with our inside receivers, tight end. But that'll come along. You know, we just got to keep running the football and making rushing yards, and that makes the passing game a whole lot better.
Anything else? I know it's a bit of an aside, but Shaq Washington this year today, he got inducted into the Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
What made him such a special player?
He'd catch it every time you threw it. You know, he'd make all of us look like a good quarterback. He caught 17 in this game last year that we played East Carolina. I think 17, wasn't it, Cos? That's a lot of receptions in one game. Competitor. I can't believe he's not playing at the next level. He hurt his hamstring, kind of slowed him down. He'll get a shot, whether it's Canadian ball or professional football. I'm proud to have, a lot of people said, you know, he's only been out for a year, but he set a school record, 240 completion, receptions. That's huge. That's huge. And when I got here, the first thing he said, my first time I met him, I met each player. And they came in, I introduced myself, and he said, Coach, I'm Shaq Washington. Can you help me transfer? I said, well, son, are you any good? And he said, well, I'm a receiver. He said, but the last group wants me to transfer. I said, the last group ain't here no more. We want you to play. I want to see what you can do. And the rest is history. That was 3.5 years ago. And just a great kid. Team player, stayed focused all the time. He's one of the type of guys we're missing this year, is a little older receiver that has leadership qualities on the sideline. All those seniors other than Nate Cole, and Nate's been a little bit beat up. It's hard to shake those guys loose and get the best out of them, but tonight kind of opened up a little bit, so hopefully that'll continue to grow as we go into these next 5 games.
Defense tonight, we saw ECU come out, march down the field, but you guys were able to keep them out of the end zone, and then from that point on, defense really settled in and had a good performance.
Right, yeah, you know, we knew they were going to pass the ball. That's pretty much all they do. You know, they're a heavy passing team, so we know they're going to make plays, so it's just a matter of responding, and, you know, when we have that opportunity to make a play, we just got to make the play.
It seemed like you could also see the confidence in the defense growing as the game went along as well.
Right, yeah, that was a big point of emphasis this week, was just having that confidence. You know, I feel like after these 3 unexpected losses, you know, we sort of lost that. So, you know, bringing that back and just having that fire in that defense and just being relentless, you know, that really helped us.
We seen what we could attack on film. Gunner Kiel gave me some great balls. I just made some catches. O-line, great protection. It was just a perfect night. Like, everything lined up perfectly. So I just did my job, execute.
You had a lot of games in high school, prep level, where you scored 3 touchdowns a game.
Yeah, my senior year of high school, I did it twice, 3 times, yeah.
And so, in front of this crowd on homecoming, what was that like?
What was it like? Like, it was electricity like I never experienced. Like, being in the end zone with the student section, I never scored in that end zone, and like got to look at the students, and I just like turn it up. That's what we call it, turning up. Yeah.
You know, every game is important, particularly these conference matches. But for what this team has battled through this year, in front of the homecoming crowd, to get the win, and you guys, as Coach said, battle to the finish. What does that do for your momentum going forward?
I think the bye week, we found our character. You know, like 2 tough losses back like in a row. We found our character, and we came out and we just did our thing. So moving forward, it's gonna be a sight to see.
Obviously, a lot to go over tonight. Just a great night for this team, for this offense, for you particularly. How you feel after reflecting on it all?
It's amazing. You know, it's going to be a game I'll always remember. You know, it means a lot that I played well, but it means more that we came out with a win. That's huge.
You know, not only is it a huge win anytime you can win in conference, but it really feels like this one can really be a big jump start to this team momentum-wise. How does the team feeling right now about it?
We're very excited. You know, I think one thing that we have lacked is enthusiasm. You know, there's no fun. There's no fun in the game. But I think tonight we just came out there and played. You know, we didn't care if we're going to win or lose. But we were going to have some fun, and we were going to be enthusiastic, and we were going to show some emotion. And if you do that, people are going to feed off of that, and then it can only increase to good things. And it definitely showed tonight.
Gunner, did you feel impulsive to finally grow yourself tonight out there?
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, I just went out there and had fun. You know, if things happened, you know, you just got to overcome adversity. You know, if I threw a pick, I knew that I was going to live for another play another down. But I mean, there's a lot of football left. I mean, you can't get down. You can't get too high. You just got to control your emotions and go out there and play football.